At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. Man, it's an exciting time. If you've been here this bear market and you've been paying attention, you started questioning yourself, wondering, man, am I in the right projects? Is crypto ever going to come back? Well, I think we all have the answers now. We're starting to see some major upticks across the board, and this is what we've been waiting for. And especially this time, about 6 weeks prior to the halving and 6 weeks post-halving have been fireworks pretty much every cycle. So I'm really looking forward to this next couple months, guys. And then I think we might have a little correction. But honestly, these markets are so unpredictable. No one really knows. And you just got to be ready for anything. It's cliche as hell, but when you have your bags packed and you're confident and you know what you hold, it just makes crypto that much easier for you. So if you guys don't know, Chaos Chris from the Verse and myself have our 28th Wealth group. We've been crushing it in there. If anyone here is looking for a group to join, just a bunch of very smart people in there. Everyone's trying to learn. No one's got an ego, and we're all here to just support each other, grow together. And it's like, if you make a substantial amount of money in crypto, what's next? It's not just, I made my $1 million and now everything in life is just going to work itself out. It's actually quite the opposite. And the more money, more problems. If you ever heard that saying, I think it's 100% true. So being around people that are like-minded really helps. So check out 28th Wealth if you're interested. And also, too, very excited to be on the team here at PulseLaunch, working with DIY investing and some of the other partners they have. Sensei, we're 20 days away from launch. I think this project's going to do phenomenal. A community-driven community DAO built into a LaunchPad. I really like it, guys. It just gives the opportunity for people who never had the means or even knew where to start with a project. If you have an awesome idea, this is where you go. You submit it, and then the token holders, stakers, are going to be obviously the DAO members, and then there's a vote. So if your project satisfies the voters, there's a good chance then your project can be brought to life. And that's what we're about here in Pulsechain, is supporting our friends, supporting community members, supporting people that are trying to build good, positive projects. And I think PulseLaunch here is exactly that, with the right people behind it. This thing's going to the firmament. And, this is the first not sponsored video, but I'm on the team, so I have to disclose this, because if not, I'm going to get sued by BitBoy or, one of the other haters out there. But let's go, guys. 20 days. I'll let you know once it approaches more. Hopefully going to be having a stream with DIY talking about it in the next week or two. So it should be exciting. And also, for all you karate fans out there, 2 weeks, February 23rd, the Mexico City event. BitBoy's on the card. He's fighting in the celebrity event. And I know I'm putting all my money on the other guy, the Sonic Obama Inu guy. Watching BitBoy the other day, trying to throw his haymakers in the sparring session. he looked like he was gassed after about 3 minutes. So definitely not going to be betting on BitBoy. But I think the card for the regular fight will be coming out in the next couple days. And we'll keep you guys posted, and we'll obviously be betting on that. Because if you're unfamiliar, Karate Combat, how it works is you swap Hedera for karate coins, and then once you have them, you send them to the app, the Karate Combat app, and you bet on the fights, and you can't lose. It's called Up Only Gaming right here. So if your bets don't win, they don't deduct that from your account. So only losing or only winning bets get paid. Losing bets, obviously, you don't lose. So I'm loving it, guys. It's an awesome project, and this thing is going to be bigger than the UFC. Chance to get in super early before the mainstream has heard of Karate Combat. And I promise, guys, a lot of the UFC vets, they're coming over to Karate Combat because the amount of money you can make in these fights, it just dwarfs what you make in the UFC unless you're, someone that's fighting on pay-per-view and getting those points there. But that's only a handful of guys on the roster. So Karate Combat, guys, a gem. Keep an eye out on it. You can stack coins for free. So once you buy a bag, you bet on some of the events, and I'll bet you there's going to be probably 8 of them over the next year or so. So it's a lot of events, a long time to be able to recoup your initial investment out. It is up only, guys. It really is if you understand it and know how to play the system and game the system. So let's check out these bubbles. Beam staring us in the face right here. I like that. I'm a big fan of gaming. IMX2 was up big. It looks like it just kind of fell back down. But guys, we haven't had anything happen with ETH, nothing with the gaming sector. So I'm looking for that to start to pop a little bit. And then Flare, guys, I've been talking about that for so long on this channel. I just saw George from Cryptos R Us. He mentioned it either today or yesterday. And was just like, Flare has been coming across my radar, and I'm going to have to look into it. It's like, bro, you just missed out on a year worth of airdrops. Like your followers, like these are the most critical and important projects to get them into, because the passive income, you buy $100 of Flare and then you delegated it a year ago, your 12 drops more than doubled your bag already. So you could have easily pulled your initial out. And after the 3x pump, all you needed were 30% of your coins back, and you could have sold those third and recouped it. So now you're free rolling the whole way forward. You got a moon bag in the best oracle in crypto, in my opinion. People who say, oh, Adam, Chainlink, what are you talking about? Do you know what Swift is? Do you know Chainlink is interoperable with every single bank out there? Yeah, I do. And that's great. But I also think Quant and the Overledger, and with their partnerships with the BIS and some of these other central banks, it's a whole different level. So Quant, I think, is a better project than Chainlink, and Flare is a better project than Chainlink, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? I'm only here doing research 6-8 hours a day, 6 days a week. But take that with a grain of sugar. We don't like salt around here. We like the sweet stuff. Check out the favorites, the altcoins. Whoo, Stronghold SHX, guys, right there. This, man, I think I talked about it on stream probably in like October, November last year. So 5 months or so ago. And everybody that's gotten a bag in the Discord in 28 Wealth, it's just been going to the firmament. And there is so much behind Stronghold SHX. This is a chosen winner. We've been talking about it on this channel for a long time, that it's not about what you have, your project. It's all about who you know. You could have the best technology out there, but it doesn't matter. How has Bitcoin stayed number one? How do these things happen? Everyone has that person at work, and they say, man, how the hell is that person in that position? How did they get that job? I'm so much smarter than them. That's the way the world works, unfortunately. At Flare, the stuff they have upcoming with the government, with the AI incorporating it, and most importantly, with Chainlink, there's third-party risk because that data, you're relying on it from a third party. With Flare and like API 3, for example, another Oracle I like, they are actually built into that project or into the blockchain. So you're not relying on them elsewhere. They're actually built into it. So I think it's next level. And the passive income on Flare, right, it's just a no-brainer. Veracity, nice, finally moving. This is a gem. And the staking, 15%, guys, it's a no-brainer. $64 million market cap. It could fit multiple narratives, and no one's talked about it yet. It's going to blow up. It's going to be one that a lot of these guys jump into. I think this has got crypto banter written all over it, Veracity. So this is how we front run them when no one's talking about it. The website is verawallet.io right here. And you can come get your seed phrase, I believe. And then it's not available in your region. Don't worry about that, guys. You could just get around it and just go to login, and then you're good to go. I'm in New York, and I've never used a VPN, never had a problem. So I think it's 18% staking, and it is for one more year. You have till, I believe, March to lock in. So only about another month or so, and then staking is gone forever with one of the best altcoins that is flying under the radar here, Veracity. The guys, the proof of views. I'm just getting going off tangent. Sorry, 15% staking, not 18. See, this is what happens when you don't have the alpha. You got the beta. This is why we go to rags. But guys, what these guys are doing with their proof of views with Veracity, guys, gonna be massive. There's already 300 wallet users, 550,000 community members, and this Vera views, they're working with YouTube to guarantee that it's a human on the other side of an ad. Well, think about how big digital ads are. Just a 10-second ad. Hey, this is the greatest pencil in the history of the world. It's 100% wood, not Chinese garbage. And now I want to make sure humans are seeing my ad. Well, Veracity helps with that Vera views. It's like 97% accuracy or something like that. And they also leverage AI-based scoring that incorporates IVT filtering data. So it can get lumped into the metaverse, AI, and I guess just like Web3 narratives. That's why I like it. Multiple narratives, guys. Multiple narratives. If a coin has that, it's a gem. So PulseX INC hexes, everything's up nice, slowly climbing. That's what we like to see. I'm keeping an eye out on the ratio. This is the most important thing right here, the PLSX ratio. Because what we're doing here is playing the ratios, right? Instead of holding your bag of Pulsechain and your bag of PulseX, we're going to now combine them. I still left like 20%. I didn't do it with all my bag. I left some liquid just in case. But when the ratio was at 3.7, I swapped all my Pulse into PulseX because one Pulsechain got me 3.79 PulseX was actually where I did it at. So right now, one Pulse gets me 2.42 PulseX. So when the ratio is in the upper threes, you want to switch from PulseX into Pulsechain. And then once it climbs closer to 2, then you swap back. Instead of getting 3.18 PulseX for one Pulsechain, I can now swap back to 0.42. And so now that leaves me with that 1.3 as pure profit. So just moving back and forth between Pulse and PulseX, you can double your bags and it's like no risk. I mean, obviously it is if you don't pay attention to it. But now I'm waiting for this ratio. I want to see where this goes. I still have, I think, a couple 100 million PulseX that I'm waiting to move into Pulse. And I just want to see if this ratio gets to about 2.2 or 2.1. And when that happens, I'm going to move it all into Pulsechain and then just wait. Actually, no, I'm not going to move it all. I'm going to leave the 20% just in case PulseX starts to really rip. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to move in waves. You can already see the channel that it's creating. So once that happens and it goes to like 2.25, 2.3, I'll make that move. And then I'll wait. And it might be a month, it might be 2 months, it might be 3 months, but that ratio will go back up into the threes. And when it does, that's when we're going to swap back into PulseX. So right now, let's say we do it at 2.4 and we do just make it easy. We have 240 million PulseX. So we swap that for 100 million Pulsechain. And then in another month and a half, 2 months, 3 months, when that ratio is 3.5 to 1, we now swap back that 100 million Pulsechain for 350 million PulseX. And then when it moves back up to 2.5-ish, then you sell, back 250 million PulseX for 100 million Pulsechain. And now you have 120 million PulseX that you just made for free. And that's the way to play the ratios, guys. It really is easy once you get it. And if you need help with it, if you have questions, just hit me up, guys. It's so important and it's so easy to do. I mean, really, once you see it, it is so easy. Right now, it's just kind of that waiting game where if you have PulseX, we want to wait to see how close to 2 it gets. And it even could get under 2 and get to like 1.8. I don't know, but that's even better because then you can almost get 1-to-1. And then when it goes back, you could double your bag in one transaction. So, guys, it's exciting. There's little tips and strategies and stuff that you learn every day. So let's check out these bubbles here. Louis, the duck, 99% up. PZen, I like that. Because if you guys were watching in the bear market, we minted a lot of NFTs on Pulsechain, on Matic, couple on Avalanche, couple on Binance. They were a little expensive, but Optimism was the one. I'm really excited for that one. And even if these don't pan out, right, and they don't do 15x on our Pulsechain and they do a 3x, you know what? Whatever. Once we start claiming the NFTs in another 4, 5, 6 months, and it's just money that's coming in, and you did it at the absolute bottom of the bear market when it was worth nothing, it's going to feel good, guys. So get ready for that. I know Davis did a bunch of them. It will we'll be cashing in the fruits of our labor. Texting up a little bit. Shout out to Rags. Up 4%. Teddy 12. It's just hard to see these. So we gotta get these, figure out how to fix these. Because the bubbles here, they just, I don't know. It's the white. That's why. Songbird. Wow. Guys, so Songbird, if you don't know, is Flare's testnet. And it's not coincidence that it's moving with Flare. And you can also, I have all my Songbird delegated, and I get like, I don't know, 60 coins a week, which is absolutely nothing. But you know what? Over the course of a year, that's 3,000 over. If it goes to $1, hey, I'll be happy. It's all interest. It's all passive income. And that's what makes crypto easy. And this man right here, Sonny the Detective, I've been really, ever since he did that stream with Coexistence Steven a week or so ago, it's really caught my eye and changed up the PRC 20s I'm hodling. I'm trying to hodl more of the coins that are reflections that pay you back stuff. Safe Moon left a horrible stain on reflection coins. But now that we have PRS, RFX, PTGC, Alien, so many of these different ones, and with contracts that are renounced, there's nothing you can do. And Sonny, guys, he's got a web here that he's been building, And I am now loving this. I think it's Rewarder. Yeah, Rewarder. Because it pays you back in the LP pool. So you get 2% in that LP pool. So I bought some the other day and did it, and now I don't have to create it. And when you want to exit it or you want your money, you just come in and just remove your liquidity. It's friggin' awesome, guys. So with his A1A and B2B, those are like the main two coins. And what he's doing is building like kind of like P Dynatropa, these little webs around it, and all these other coins, they are all tax tokens, and they start trapping liquidity in A1A and B2B. And it's just going to keep thickening the liquidity between the pairs. So it's the A1A B2B has $6.9 million in liquidity, guys. Like, it's incredible. This is flying under the radar. The A1A B2B. And I'm curious to see what this chart looks like. So, all right. So it's only really moved up. It's really only moved 10%. I like that. So A1A and B2B basically paired together, and one's 44 cents, the other's 46. So that's really good. And now if this was more than 10%, I'd be looking to maybe play the ratios and say, all right, is it better? Which one outperforms? And clearly, they're so even. Let's look at B2B against Pulse. Yeah, and look at how much room B2B has to go against Pulse. So this is one where I wouldn't want to play the ratio between A1A and B2B. I'd rather just hold them both because against Pulse, they're both down so much. And let's look at A1A here. Yep, same thing. So we got about a 4x to go to the previous high. So I'm loving these guys. A1A, B2B, and then the new ones that came out are Center, Rewarder. That's the one that pays you the 2% in the WBTC. I mean, just look at the coins it pays you in this LP. I mean, you guys don't think Richard's gonna really try to shill the WBTC? So you get both of them, the WBTC and the fork copy, and then you get DAI and the fork DAI. 2% into the LP automatically just for holding it. So I've been DCAing for the last couple days. Chaos Chris, the legend, told me about them, and I got all of them. So PLSX M gives you back PulseX. INCR gives you back incentive token. Meth gives you back the wrapped ETH, which is pegged 1-to-1 to Pulsechain. So that pays you back basically PLS. And then the rewarder pays you back the LP pool right here. And then Center, I forget which one this pays you back or what it pays you back in. But it is definitely one of the all right. So A1A plus B2B reflections fuels the meth plus rewarder. 1 to 2% reflections fuels 1% rewards. Rewarder is 1% every transaction for Pulse rewards. The reward game has changed. Let's go, Sonny. You're a legend. So which one is the Center, guys? It's so hard with like 6 of them to remember which one it pays you back in. Oh, yeah, I think it's the WBTC. Okay. 1% on every transaction. The reward is in LP. Those LPs are eDAI, PDAI, and the EW. Oh, okay. That's right. Center was the 1% on this, and then rewarder doubled it up. So that one gives you back double of that same pool. That's right. So Center PLSXM, Inc R, Meth Rewarder, A1A, B2B. I know it's a lot, but there's 7 coins total. You only need to get A1A or B2B. I would say you don't need to get both of them. One or the other. They move the same. Let's see, the liquidity's 50, or what's the market cap? A1A is a little bigger market cap. So I mean, they're so similar, but guys, these 5 here are insane. The amount of rewards I've been getting have been shocking. I bought like of the incentive token, I bought $500 worth before it pumped, or $400 worth before it pumped. And I've already gotten back almost 2 Inc tokens in 5 days. Let me see, when it was 4.5, 5 cents. That's when I bought it. No, it was around 7, actually, 6 or 7, I think. I don't even remember, guys. Whatever. Regardless, I think it was February 4th. Like, it was about a week ago. So almost 2 incentive tokens in a week. That ain't gonna work. So yeah, guys, it's exciting. Let me see if it comes up. All right, 3 days. All right, never mind. I'm an idiot. I got it at 9 cents my first buy. But I'm right. I did put $500 in. So I'm just letting these ride, guys. I think they're going to do awesome. And just the fact that I got the 2 Inc tokens already. So in another month, and when I have like 8 of them, all Inc has to do is go back to $60 and I can sell them and I'm even. So, guys, Pulsechain, what's being created here, like Richard really, really set the tone when he did the Chainlink, the Aave, the WBTC pools. People just didn't understand what he was doing. They didn't see it, and they got pissed off because he was talking about other coins. And I think the community has changed now. The community's grown, and we've kind of migrated into almost sub communities. All the different projects, people like different things, which is great. That's what we want. That's what Richard's dream was for Pulsechain. I think for him to provide that infrastructure and then us to come build it out, talk about it, shill it, all that stuff without him here. And that's exactly what's happening. So he tried that with Aave, with WBTC. It didn't work. Uni, he had a pool and he was just losing money. And he was exit liquidity for people that were talking shit to him. So he said, screw it. And then when people were EESing to come put money into the HEX pool, that was no good. So I just have a sneaky suspicion because of that and how many people got screwed, like facing reality when he ganked those pools. I think he'll make it up to us with the Inc tokens somehow, either through major pumps, through sacrifice for Inc holders own. I don't know. But I'm never going to fade Richard again. He's the absolute GOAT. And I can't wait to see when some of these start to hit parity. Colt has been going crazy. That was one of the ones that I actually had a bag of Colt. I sold it on ETH, but the snapshot must have been taken when I still had it staked. And this thing has been very volatile. In the last 10 days, it was up to over 3,000 and down to 8,800. So I got myself a bag. I heard rumors that Colt might be one of the ones that migrates over here to Pulsechain. Who knows? Pepe makes sense. I mean, once it's a couple $100 to swap, no new people coming in have a chance. They're priced out immediately. So it just makes sense that this would happen. And if Richard somehow settles with the SEC, his name's not smeared all over the mainstream by influencers, scaring people away, making them hesitant to come over. The sky's the limit, man. I'm just so excited. And I think we're going to see all these pairs again. with Chainlink, with Aave, the real blue chips. And then once we get, I don't know, one or two of them up to parity, and Richard can start shilling that, start advertising that. Look at this. My copy, my worthless free airdrop copy is worth more than the original one on Ethereum. And it doesn't cost me this much to swap it or swap for it. Man, guys, imagine I have two coins that did a 10,000x or that look like they're going to do 2,000x. HEX, the first coin ever to go down 99% twice and then come back to do 500x. Pulsechain and HEX, the first founder to have two projects that did 10,000 X's from the bottom. Like, he has so many potential flexes. All right, let's check this out. Meme was just released on Pulsechain a few days ago. That was not a good pool. Let me try to find one with more than $1 volume. Is it Pulse Meme Zero or is it Meme Coin Mania? It was just released a few days ago. Wolver Meme. I don't know which one it is. Pulse Meme 8 months. Meme is 7 months. I don't see anything that's new. 18 days. Pulse Chain Meme. I don't know. I wouldn't. Only one I would look at maybe is this meme one. Meme Coin Mafia. Let's see how it's looking against Pulse. So it's down in the dumps. Yeah, no. See, it's only down 50% or stuff from its high. So yeah, I'm out on those. Thomas has been accumulating ZKZX gradually. I stayed away from it, bro. Honestly, I faded it. Probably stupid, but you know what? So much is going on that you know what? I can afford to miss out on one. I mean, even if I got in or you got a 5x, 6x to the top. If you got in early on day one, 10x maybe. Hell yeah. Happy for all you guys that did. But Duck, just holding Duck that it doubled up today. So, these things are so volatile. And it's like throwing a dart at a board. Where the hell is Duck? Yeah, I got to organize my list because I can't find anything on here. All right, there it is. Duck, 91.31, up 95%. 60K in liquidity. Let's go. Moonbeast fading it. Ooh, don't want to do that. But just did make a new high against Pulse. I don't like that. Against the USD. Wait, tell me. Okay, I was going to say, I've never seen a coin that is not making a new high against the dollar, but is against Pulsechain. So yeah, look at this, guys. Duck, it was supposed to be a stolen project, and look what's happening. It's pumping. Teddy, let's go. Up to 35. Love it. Love it. Jedi dropping tomorrow. Yeah, hell yeah. Pulse Lorian's awesome, bro. He's been on channel a couple times. He's such a good dude. I'm happy for him. They did this thing with Texan. I like to see that. So look at Teddy, guys. People are going to say, oh my God, it's just against the dollar and the USD. It's why it's so important to look at it up against Pulse on Deck Screener here. People are going to say this and say, oh my God, look, it just made a new all-time high. It just broke through. I don't know how much more room it has to really go. I would probably take profits here. Just made a new all-time high. Well, let's look at it against Pulse. And when you do that, what do you know? We are still about 2.8x away from its all-time high against Pulse. So this tells me we still have plenty of room to go. If we can break 30, what is this here? 30.74 against Pulse and get past this this previous high here, then we're off to the firmament. And it's going to happen at any point, guys. Like these meme coins on, especially just Pulsechain in general, we're just flying under the radar right now. Like let's see what the volume is right now. 37 million. So we're this is a joke because we were at 100 million like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was like, all right, Jake, we got 13 more days and you can launch Titan X over here on Pulsechain, but we need more volume to come in. But that's all right. Once he starts moving, that's when the time comes. I didn't, bro. I missed out on that. Texan, guys, if you haven't signed up for this, go do it. If you ever wanted to super chat this channel, you ever thought about leaving a tip for all the beta you get here, click right here to support Texan.com. Texan.cc. Texan.cc. And then go to the support Texit, get on the email list. If you can give $5, $10. If not, just getting on the email list. That's the most important thing. We got to support Rags. We got to support Texan. Such a good project. And it's fitting for what's going on down there in real life on the border. It's just the narratives now that you can toss into it, the freedom behind it. Guys, it could be so big. So we got to support it. And then Invest Answers. I was talking to Facing Reality and Gugat about a stream he did the other day about the ETF and Bitcoin and how every single day these ETFs are gobbling up thousands of Bitcoin. There's 900 coming out a day, and the ETFs now have over 181K in Bitcoin. Where was the other one? No, I can't find it. But my point is that he has a really good stream. Go to his YouTube channel and watch this video about it. And he just talks about the halving, what's happened before and after the 6 weeks prior and 6 weeks post halving. We've averaged like 400% gains every single cycle. And say we do a third of that, Bitcoin's going to like 80K in another month and a half, which is crazy to think. Or no, not month and a half. Sorry. We're 64 days, so 6 weeks post, so 120 days. Yeah, basically like 4 months from now. And then I think it's going to get nasty, but I'm not even worried about it. There's so much. The only thing that's holding Bitcoin back right now is grayscale selling, and that sell pressure is alleviating. So when this halving comes and there's 450 Bitcoin a day that are mined versus 900, and these ETFs are gobbling up 1,500 a day to 2,000 a day, already all the OTC desks and OTC counters are pretty much out of Bitcoin. Where's it going to come from? And all the money that's on the sidelines with retail that they're not going to get in until Bitcoin's like 50, 55K. And then they'll start FOMOing in. So guys, it's going to happen fast, I think, and people are going to be shocked. I really think that Sami's going to look like a bonehead when Bitcoin goes to 225, 250K this cycle. And him and all his little fluffy sandal wearing people are going to sell early and get wrecked, which I hope doesn't happen because he fudded Titan X early. He fudded PDI early. He fudded PTGC early. And now he's getting into all of them. It's like, bro, come on. How you fudding? How you missing all these this early? And then you jump back in. It's like you want to be exit liquidity. But guys, BlackRock, they're taking over. I mean, right here, February 6th. So $70 million in inflows on the 9th slowest day. It's only a matter of time, guys. And just Grayscale alone, once they stop selling, it's going to be a complete different game. The shortage, the supply shock, it's coming, guys. So be prepared. And I was talking to Gugat earlier, and he said every single trading indicator he was looking at that he has with his friend, I don't know if his friend made it or he subscribes to one, but he said there hasn't been one red short signal come up in 2 days. He said everything has been longs. So I don't know if the markets are different now or what's going on, but I have a sneaky suspicion that it's BlackRock that's behind it. So if you guys don't know, they have their Aladdin. I did a stream about it like a year ago, and I didn't realize what it was back then. I knew what it was, but not the scale and how dangerous and how powerful this thing is. So this is an AI system that's been working for like 10 or 11 years now. And it drives collective intelligence by providing tools to help your organization communicate effectively, address problems, and make informed decisions. No, it doesn't do any of that. It scans all social media. It scans the entire world for all financial data instantly and makes recommendations. So this freaking program a couple years ago started telling Larry Fink that the future is in crypto. The future's in crypto. You got to invest in crypto. So that's when they started going balls deep in like 2018, 2019, because Aladdin told them to. And then he really ramped this thing up like crazy. And now this Aladdin and Aladdin Wealth are relied on by 55,000 investment pros around the world. Think about the trap these idiots just got themselves into. But I mean, I guess they didn't have a choice, because if you don't sign up for Aladdin, you're shit out of luck. You can't compete. And by signing up for it, why do they need you? Once we all have our little AI guys, our AI series that scan all of our stuff for us, that, set all of our and do everything that we do manually right now, set an alarm, make a transfer. Our AI is going to do that for us. And our AI, that's going to eliminate all these financial advisors. You're not going to need them. So it's really scary, guys. And this shit is running the entire crypto market right now. They are running a $5 trillion, I think it's $9 trillion book of business on Aladdin. And that the GDP of the United States is like 20 million. So we're going to watch this video. It really is good. And just let me make sure you guys can hear this. Can you hear that? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear that, because this is really important. If not, I'll just put the link in the chat and you guys can watch it after. But it's worth the 7 minutes. I'll put it on 1.25x. It's worth the 7 minutes. Like to know how this is operating and how it's going to affect the world, and how we're now trading against the smartest AI that's been gathering data for 11 years and that scans social media, all of crypto Twitter instantly, and provides feedback so they know what the market sentiment is of retail. Like, guys, it's so scary. And I was going down the rabbit hole today about it. And yeah, so let me know if you could hear it in the chat when I played that, or if it was muted. Volume up.
It's Wall Street's best kept secret, and it's gobbling up every asset class across every industry. Aladdin now controls $21 trillion of our global economy. To put that in perspective, that's more than the $20 trillion GDP of the US, or the $15 trillion.
Okay, I lied. Never mind. It's $21 trillion this thing controls. A computer system. It's muffled. Damn, hold on a second.
GDP of the entire European Union. The new statement wrote, the total physical cash of all 7 billion people in every company, bank vault, wallet, and piggyback in the world is around $5 trillion. Aladdin has grown into a system responsible for more than 4 times the value of all the money in the world. It's directs the actions of the US Federal Reserve.
My bad, guys.
And over 17,000 traders. It controls half of all ETFs, 70% of the bond market, 10% of the global stock market, and carries out 250,000 trades every day and billions of forecasts every week. Year after year, it hoovers up trillions of data points on every market, every company, every asset, and now even each of us, what we buy, sell, and say, so that it knows what to buy and what to sell far better than any human being. Every major bank, company, and investment fund has come to rely on Aladdin and its all-powerful AI and algorithms to beat the market. And if they didn't, they'd collapse and failed in Aladdin's wake. And you know what the craziest part of this story is? This robot is just getting started. So where did Aladdin come from and how did it get so powerful? Aladdin is the brainchild of Larry Fink, the founder of BlackRock, and his total dominance has made his company the biggest shadow bank in the world and the most powerful company on earth. The story you're about to hear is equally unbelievable and terrifying. In fact, you would think it was science fiction if it wasn't very real and happening today. This story starts in the 1980s when Larry Fink was making millions pioneering mortgage-backed securities at Wall Street Bank, First Boston. That's right, the same mortgage-backed securities that caused the 2008 global financial crisis 20 years later. But back in the 80s, he was in an epic Wall Street rivalry with Louis Ranieri at Salomon Brothers, made famous as a big swinging dick in Michael Lewis's book, Live Poker. Larry was making millions for the bank and was on track to be First Boston's CEO. And then in 1986, an error in the back office computer models led to Larry making the wrong trades and he lost the company $100 million. The result was Larry leaving the bank as a failure with a stupid computer to blame. With that experience, Larry had just one ambition: to build a super smart robot that can pick out risk and opportunity in the market and do it better than any computer or human to do. In 1988, he launched a new startup, BlackRock, with a tiny coding team to give birth to this robot. Its name, Aladdin, which stands for Asset, Liability, and Debt Derivative Investment Network. In its first 10 years, Aladdin was fed information about every asset, price movement, and risk variable in the global bond market, Larry's specialty. And in 1999, when Aladdin turned 11, Aladdin was getting so intelligent at picking losers and winners that Larry began selling access to his data to other Wall Street firms. That same year, he took BlackRock public on the New York Stock Exchange. Straight after the IPO, the dot-com bust burst, pushing a wall of money from the stock market to bonds, which Aladdin had become the undisputed world champion in. Within years, BlackRock had become a $1 trillion company, and as money started shifting back to shares, what did Larry do? He bought the asset management arm of Merrill Lynch, which was focused on shares. So the gift for Aladdin's 18th birthday, all the data points for the entire stock market, and suddenly Aladdin had a new playground, analyzing every stock trade and risk factor for every company on the stock market. As a result, today BlackRock, together with his two closest rivals, Vanguard and State Street, both of which also rely on Aladdin's mountain of knowledge, have become the biggest shareholders of over 40% of all public listed companies in America. 2008, the global financial crisis hit, and before Aladdin turns 21 years old, is called on by every Wall Street bank and Timothy Geithner, the head of the Federal Reserve and the U.S. Treasury. As soon as Lehman Brothers collapsed and the Wall Street meltdown began, the U.S. government came calling to save the next collapsing bank, Bear Stearns. It was Aladdin who decided which assets to keep and which to leave in the $30 billion rescue package. And few people know it was a robot that saved America from disaster. With that first success, the Fed, US government, and now even European and Japanese central banks began relying on Aladdin to make the calls for where the $2.5 trillion of new money they printed should go. The majority of it bonds and funding to prop up the mortgage companies and banks. But wait, aren't these exactly the assets that Aladdin and BlackRock already were invested in? Exactly. But growing protests of conflict of interest were drowned out by the noise of printing presses printing more money, as the assets controlled by Aladdin rapidly grew to $11 trillion by 2013. In the last decade, Aladdin has gone from the leader to the dominator of all financial markets. With BlackRock's Barclays acquisition, it got iShares, Barclays Exchange Traded Funds Units, or ETFs. And with that, Aladdin moved from dominator of bonds and equities to dominator of ETFs, just as all the biggest investors shifted from mutual funds to ETFs. And that's when, in 2017, everything changed. On Aladdin's 29th birthday, Larry launched a top-secret project at BlackRock, codenamed Monarch. It led to the firing of its fund managers and replacing their funds with Aladdin's funds. The robot was now eliminating humans from the equation altogether. And as a result, today, over 70% of all trades on US stock markets are decided by robots, with Aladdin leading the way. These trades are completed from beginning to end without a human involved in high-frequency trading far faster than a human can execute. Now, if this was just a story about a robot taking over the job of Wall Street traders, you might not be so concerned unless you're one of those traders. But in the last 3 years, as Aladdin hit $20 trillion in assets, incredibly, it has begun to consume and control at an even faster rate. First, in 2020, as Aladdin turned 32 years old, the US government and Federal Reserve again came calling as the pandemic hit. Aladdin was again the one to guide the nation in what was now $4 trillion of newly printed money. Where did the money go this time? Inexplicably, for the first time, the Fed began buying ETFs in 2020. Well, that's a little strange. And the cries of conflict of interest were drowned out by the money printing. And then Aladdin revealed his endgame. Recently, BlackRock acquired eFront, which collects data on the things that you and I own, including private equity and real estate. And since then, Aladdin has consumed eFront's data on the entire global real estate market. And yet, you guess what happened next? Over the last 2 years, BlackRock and other funds using Aladdin's data have begun buying up single-family homes, where they can afford to outbid the rest of us as they have unlimited financing at hyper-low interest rates. The result is home prices rising by 20% over the last 2 years and pushing out even big players like Zillow out of the market. And here we see Aladdin's endgame to be the one hyper-intelligent AI robot that not just controls Wall Street assets, but all assets, public and private. Now, I'm into conspiracy theories, but even a skeptic with eyes wide open can see the signs. We're already at a point where no one can compete without Aladdin. As CEOs and asset managers like Anthony Malloy are saying, Aladdin is like oxygen. Without it, we wouldn't be able to function. And what about government regulation? Well, Joe Biden has appointed BlackRock executive Brian Deese as head of the National Economic Council, which basically means the oversight of Aladdin and BlackRock is now responsibility of BlackRock. And Biden has also appointed BlackRock Chief of Staff, Wally Adeyemo, to be Assistant Secretary of the Treasury, which means BlackRock is now the Treasury as well as the Treasury Advisor. And this story is far from over. The genie is out of the bottle. And Aladdin has already reached a tipping point where one robot controls more wealth than any person or country. But as Aladdin's AI capabilities continue to grow, and with its rate of control rising by another $1 trillion to $2 trillion in new assets every year, it looks inevitable that Wall Street's secret weapon could end up owning everything, and we end up owning nothing. So what do you think? Are you indifferent, surprised, angry, afraid, or have a different point of view? And if you found this interesting, if not a little alarming, before you go, do subscribe so I can keep you updated with more news on the exploits and adventures of Aladdin.
What do you think, guys? Isn't that crazy? How powerful this is? So I don't know why it keeps dropping the screen. There we go. But yeah, guys, how fast this thing is and how powerless it makes people is so scary. And how he's forced his competition into using his product. It's just how do we compete against this? You know, oh, the chart's looking good. Well, we put up a tweet. Oh man, I'm bullish about this, and I get 200 people that like it. Well, guess what? Aladdin just got that information. It's so crazy. But you know what, guys? That's why this and you know, just the last week or two, a lot has really came into perspective on where this stuff is going. And especially with BlackRock here, I think I'm going to contact them and I'm going to get in touch to learn more. And I'm going to seriously be like, yeah, I'm a crypto consultant. You know, I really need help. I've just, you know, I recommended Luna Classic. You know, I recommended Safe Moon. I recommended Beetroot. And yeah, you know, just my clients are getting wrecked right now. So I really think I need Aladdin. Plus, I love the movie back in the day, too. Wasn't Aladdin a thief in the movie? I think he was a thief, right? Who ran around the streets and stole. Yeah, so yeah, I it's funny they named it Aladdin, but I'm gonna do this, I think, and just see if I can weasel some information out of them. But man, guys, this shit's scary. And that bot manages $21 trillion. That's our entire GDP right there. And it's just it's not, so humans are no longer in control. You know, that shit's scary. But you know what? It's opportunity. Like Josh says here, Flare Network has GoQB. BlackRock has Aladdin, the cross-chain capable AI operating on the most advanced DeFi network in the world. Let's see what the future holds for Gukobi and Flare. I'm bullish as hell. But yeah, guys, since AI is now controlling everything, you don't think the winners and losers have been chosen right now? You don't think that the companies that are going to control payments, that are going to control custody, that are going to control tokenization of assets, you don't think these guys are already in control when you have Aladdin out here already sniping you everything? Aladdin's sniping everything you got. I feel bad for the people who just do not understand the player they're up against. You think you're playing against some dude in mom's basement? Ha! No longer. You're playing against literally, I don't even know what you could compare it against. Aladdin's 5,000 supercompute? No. Like, this isn't even fair. Holy shit. Aladdin's 5,000 supercomputers now act as the central nervous system for the world's most sophisticated asset managers. The reason why BlackRock's so efficient in influencing governments around the world is because its extensive tech operates more than 21.6 trillion in assets.
We know what to fear. Now, it's not just hurricanes and wildfires.
Jesus, these stupid commercials.
What if I told you there is a robot?
All right, that is it. All right, cool. I always wanted to make sure that was the one. How the hell do I share this here? There we go. Rumble. Boom. There it is. It's on Rumble. Boom. There we go. In the chat. There you go, guys. Yeah, look at this stuff. It's wild. And this was the plan to contain and take over control of crypto. They've actually said it out loud. Take the assets under management, store it away, and sell the public on derivative products. They will not be selling you the actual asset. Hey guys, I said this about 2 years ago on stream. Once I started researching Sologenics and saw how they were trying to tokenize 40,000 stocks, I saw what they were doing. And it's like, okay, they're going to hold the real stock, just like with gold and silver, and then sell you paper gold and silver. They're going to hold Chainlink and Bitcoin and sell you GBTC and Fidelity Link. That's going to be the same value on paper, but again, you're going to own nothing. And that's where we're not going to fall for that trap. And there it is. Send the peasants into the crypto ETFs because that's the safest place where they own nothing. Let's check this out.
Looking at making it easier to raise capital for smaller and medium-sized companies, and making it easier for non-accredited investors or even accredited investors to participate in those opportunities. That has met with great headwinds on Capitol Hill. There is a strong faction of people who believe that those opportunities should not be made available to ordinary investors, that ordinary investors, at worst case, should be pushed into index funds and index funds only, because that's the safest place.
Look at that smirk on his face. Unbelievable. So there you go, guys. It was only the battle. It was the only way to battle test a public ledger. We were the beta testers. That's a good point. And then this right here, JP Morgan's report. Only 9% of institutional traders are currently active. The rest of them so far are sitting on the sidelines. And that right there is why I think Max Payne is to the upside, because of the amount of money that's on the sidelines right now and the amount of shorts that if Bitcoin gets to like 49, 50K, it's like $1 billion in shorts that get squeezed. So, a short squeeze over 50K, get to 55, retail starts getting bullish, getting FOMO, get up to 60, 65, new all-time high, halving, we're going to $1 million. And then right after the halving, since it was typically 6 weeks prior and 6 weeks post having the best gains, I'm going to say now everything moves faster a month after the halving. So, what's that? Like mid-May, May 15th, probably going to, if we have a dip, it's going to probably happen then when people are least expecting it. Everyone's going to say, all right, 6 weeks post halving is Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to sell 2 days before. Well, that's going to be a problem. They're going to front run that by 2 weeks. That's what I'm seeing. But 78% of institutional traders have no crypto plans. In 2024, I have no plans to trade crypto, 78%. In 2023, it was 72%. What? You're not bullish right now on crypto after Bitcoin in 2023 just did a 3x? Like, what? That makes no sense at all. So I just love it, guys. They surveyed more than 4,000 institutional traders. It found that 78% had no plans to trade cryptos. The Megabank also asked about which technologies would likely have the most impact. Blockchain only garnered a 7% vote, while 61% see AI as having a major impact. Wow. Is it because out of those 61%, 99.97% got forced or had to use Aladdin, or else they were out of a job, or they were no way competitive anymore? Huh. In contrast, the two technologies were neck and neck in 2022. The survey was ran between January 8th and 2020 or January 22nd, and the ETFs were approved the 10th. Perhaps the survey was conducted too soon for an ETF impact. What about the goddamn price of Bitcoin from 2023, from 16K up to freaking what did it get to, like 40? What did Bitcoin do? Like 185% or something like that in the year 2023, and then you're going to tell me you got less bullish after watching that? Are these institutional investors retarded? Like, they must be the dumbest assholes out there if they literally saw that and said, wow, Bitcoin just went down for a year and a half, and now it just pumped 300%. Yeah, I'm way more bearish now. What in the hell? Golly. Yeah, 20K. Yeah, 16 up to, yeah, over almost 45. So, yeah, we did almost 300%. So funny, guys. Don't listen to any of these assholes out here. But this is bullish right here. You know, it's only a matter of time. We've been making some connections to Stronghold with IBM, right? The Stronghold dollar, their stable coin. I didn't even know it was in existence because it launched in 2018 and it was the anchor of the Stellar network. And in 2022, Tammy was talking about anchors were going to be the future, and Project Soraband were the anchors of the Stellar blockchain. And Stronghold is an anchor. It is an intermediary where money gets sent to and processed before entering the blockchain for institutions and businesses. So, guys, it's unbelievable. The connections with Stronghold and that stable coin was so successful that they ganked it from retail use. It was only out for, I think, 6 months in 2018 or 2019, and they pulled it. And it's now, and institutions have been using that stable coin to use institutional DeFi since 2018, 2019. So we're all being fooled. They're all using the shit behind the scenes, and we're being told, oh no, crypto bad. Our institutional investors would never want to touch Bitcoin after it pumped 300%. Are you kidding me? We're looking here at Bank of America stock, and we're maybe looking at Wendy's stock. Jesus. So Ripple, guys, I'm telling you, it's gonna be so big. XRP. I did a stream about Solo and XRP the other day that the coin is not going to do anything until these assets are brought to life on the XRP ledger. There's a reason they're signing all these partnerships with these tokenization and governments, tokenization companies, governments, whatever, because when you have real estate and you want to tokenize it, there's no smart contracts, there's no DeFi in the XRP ledger. So it's perfect for tokenization. So it's going to be brought to life there and then bridged over to Corium and Cosmos and to other blockchains, or it might even stay there. But that's what's going to bring value to XRP. And also, too, Ripple holds a money transmitter license in 34 of 49 states. And Ripple and XLM, obviously connections, and the Stronghold connections with Jeb and XLM go really deep too, guys. So I really think Stronghold's a chosen one. If you didn't see that stream a couple days ago, go check that out. You know, it's not coincidence. Stronghold is literally pumping like hell right now compared to the rest of the market. It just broke a cent today. Oh, what the hell? On CoinMarketCap, it showed up to a cent. And this thing was at Google. I think Google posted a tweet when I put him onto it a couple months ago when it was at point like 3 zeros and like a 4, I think. Let's check the chart. I just can't remember because in the Lobster wallet where I use it, it's against XLM. So I can't see the US dollar value. Yeah, 3 zeros and a 5. I got into it in October, November, and it dipped down. Holy shit, it dipped down to 4,900. 3 zeros, 49. So it's up like 10, almost 12x from that bottom right there. And it's only getting started, guys. Like, this shit is a gem. Don't get it on ETH. Get it on Stellar here. For sure. Do not get destroyed with the ETH gas. And it's funny how they're not truthful with this. The total supply, self-reported supply, 14 billion. But why do they tell us here that it's 100 billion? Or there's 99 circulating? I don't know. Is it because only 14 is for retail and the other 85 million is for the 60,000 retailers or businesses that are going to get Stronghold rewards when the Fed now and all these other wallets are out? Because there's going to be one wallet for digital dollars, and Stronghold is going to be the reward token. There's already a lot about it. I'm going to do a deep dive into Stronghold in the next week or so. But we've been talking to last thing about regulation and how that's going to be like the final key, or I don't know. It's going to allow these things to thrive. They're going to start to take off. It's the last thing holding them back. Without legislation, the switches can't be flipped. And stable coins are coming. Are you ready? They're expected to undergo significant regulatory changes and advancements by January 2025. So that's now not even 11 months away. It's crazy how fast things move. The EU's approved comprehensive rules for trading crypto assets and issuing stable coins with the banking authority, urging early adoption of standards set to issue draft rules focusing on capital requirements by October 2024. In the UK, the Bank of England, Ripple Partner, and the FCA have published plans to regulate stablecoins with the aim to consult on final rules by mid-2024 and laws by 2025. These developments indicate a growing emphasis on regulatory frameworks for stablecoins, reflecting the increasing importance of digital assets in the global financial system. Let's take a dive. The R3 Corda pilot happening with XDC and Impel right now. SBI, Japan. I love SBI. XDC network partnership. Impel could bridge these fiat stables. Could be the bridge these fiat stables are looking for. Straight fire. We're watching XRP become a stable coin with the introduction of AMMs. And it's true, guys. XRP needs to be a stable coin, but not at $1. It needs to be a high price stable coin, because when you transfer, $600 million across the world in 4 seconds, that price can't move. Even, a 100% on $50 million, that starts to change things. So it needs to be a higher price with much more liquidity, and then huge money is going to start to move around. And that's what's going to happen, guys. I really, really think that's what is, because why else would the BIS recognize XLM and XRP as stable coins? It just doesn't make sense. This is how XRP will be pegged to the equilibrium of the demand from all XRP-based markets. And this shit is so blurry you can't see it. So yeah, I don't. Oh no, Average John's my man. I follow him. He's a good dude. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. But guys, it's all coming. If you hold XRP, do not freaking sell it. If you got it, I bought mine. I started getting mine at 8 to 12 cents. I loaded up in 90% of it, so I don't care. 60 cents, I'm up 5x, 6x. It is what it is. I can out hodl everyone else. I know where these things are going. I've been really starting to see What the hell? Wow, this is so bad here. I'm gonna just take the camera off here. I've been really starting to see where, like with legislation, right? All the stuff that's happening in Europe, it's gonna happen in the United States a couple months after. 2, 3, 4, 5 months after. We're just trailing the rest of the world. We don't want to make stupid laws or do something that would prevent crypto from, thriving here any more than we've already done. We're already seeing so much blame being pushed around, and they don't want that. So they'd rather do nothing than make it worse. I really think that's the case. And once Europe has that legislation in place, I wouldn't be surprised if the United States is so close after, because it seems like in the last week, Janet Yellen was screaming that we need stablecoin legislation. And then they grilled the shit out of her and she couldn't answer a damn thing. They're like, ma'am, we've been trying to tell you or email you and ask you about this for 6 months, but you didn't respond. And then you went and talked with whoever. What did you talk about? I couldn't remember. I'm a pudgy penguin. Unbelievable. But it's only a matter of time, guys. And if there's stuff that you've been waiting on, you've had your eye on, get it sooner than later. Pack your bag onto the next $100, $500, $1,000, whatever you can afford. It's so cheap to transact on Stellar. It's so cheap to transact on Hedera. We didn't talk about anything but karate tonight, but those two chains, there's something going on there. XRPL2, but it's for tokenization. There's not that much really being built on there. Casino Coin's great. Elysian's going to be great. Sologenix, Corium, and Equilibrium. Those are really the only ones that I would say are worth getting. But compared to Realio, Stronghold, Velo, I would only really get Solo and Corium. But so many out there. This ain't Pokemon. You can't catch them all. You got to just try to focus on the biggest winners, and like Veracity, Songbird. I've been talking about them for years. Sologenix, our first stream, finally starting to move. And when Sologenix gets back to $5-6 and it's at 17 cents, it was down at 8 cents at the bottom. It's like 8 cents to $6. Whoo, it's a nice gain. And it all happens so fast. So be ready, pack your bags, and don't listen to any of these clowns out here, guys. They're not out for your best interest. I can't make any money telling you guys to buy the gems out here that are undervalued that no one's talking about. It's not profitable. I don't have any links to show you. I'm not a whale where I have enough of the coins of a multi-million-dollar market cap where any of your buys are going to affect the price like that. Like, I'm here because I love crypto. I'm like obsessed with where the shit's going, doing the research, figuring out how the world is going to work in 3-4 years, how AI is going to connect to all this, how payments are going to work when we just scan QR codes everywhere and instantly pay. Cha-ching, payment done. And that's what Stellar is going to be. And then XRP, more for the banks sending money around the world, remittances, cross-border payments, all that good stuff. And then Hedera, a lot of the businesses and supply chain stuff. So companies that need to trace transactions or whatever. Hedera is just a different beast. So I really think I've identified, this list right here. These are my coins that I pretty much own, all of them. This list on Bubbles right here. Yeah, I'd like to see another portfolio that outperforms the coins I have. And if you have one or someone who's is outperforming in 6 months or is close, let me know, because I want to talk to those people. I want to work with them, pick their brains, because there's very few people out here that don't have an agenda, don't have an ego, and they just do the shit because they love it and they have a passion for it. And then when you have that contagious energy, you help people out, good things seem to come back your way. And I think that's a thing called karma. But That's all I got for tonight, guys. I don't know what's up with the internet. It is like dying right now. Appreciate all you guys that stopped in here. Let's run through the comments real quick since we're already an hour 15. Jesus. Bobby, let's go. Thomas, Rhett USA, retired USA Force. Caparanga, let's go. The casino coin legend. R&R legend. Willie B. Clay Callan, ready to make some internet money. Let's go. We all are. DJ Gem Hunter, facing reality. Cody Walden, what's the CA for Karate Combat? Just go to karate.com, bro. It's right there. Download the app. It's super easy. It's all right on the website. Camo Joe Zero. Any thoughts on meme? I don't know which one it is, bro. I thought you posted something. I'll check it out. All right, guys. That's it. Not another Philly fan. New to your channel. I bought Stronghold last week thanks to you. Hell yeah, bro. I love it. That's what I like to hear. Because you'll always remember Vibra put me into a gem. Not, yeah, that's the asshole that showed me bonk. Or yeah, that's the asshole that showed me Cockinu. Or, you know, that's the asshole that showed me Solana at $80. No, that ain't me, man. I'm gonna give you the best coins out there, the best stuff that I've came across in the last like 24 hours before I jump on stream here. And I will hopefully continue to do that. And you guys will continue to listen, continue to crush it. And just trust me that I'm not out here to, I'm out here to just transfer to, I don't even know what the word is, to do the research and then break it down and just let you guys know what the most important stuff was, what stuff was the most interesting to me, and stuff that I think will help you out in the long run. So smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow night. Peace.